Yeah, I thought it was a really good first game. And, I had the sense that our players were ready for, playing against somebody else to a point in practice where you're tired of playing against each other. So, it was good to see that, I think I was right about that. We got good play from a lot of people. I thought the energy was good. I thought our focus and our effort were good. We had 5 people in double figures. I knew that we shared the ball and, we tried to play everybody and just get a good mix of combinations of players. And they all responded well. Like I'm really pleased for our players. They've worked hard, they focused, they've done what we've asked them to do. And, that's not to say we don't have things to work on. Certainly we do, but it didn't matter what combination of players were out there. I thought we played hard. We played together and, we kind of settled in and got in a rhythm early.
Thanks, Marianne. LB, questions for Marianne?
Yes. Hey, Coach. I'm curious. I know you've talked a lot about defense throughout training camp. Defensively, what did you like out there that you saw? And then what did you see that you guys can still improve on?
But other than that, I thought we were in position to make plays defensively most of the night. They had 20 turnovers, so that's a good sign. They only had 10 assists, so they weren't able to move the ball maybe as easily and as much as they wanted to. So, I think we're a little bit disruptive from that standpoint. And, I thought our defensive rebounding was pretty good. We out-rebounded them by 18? That's good. That's how you finish your defensive possessions, by rebounding the basketball. And of course, for us, that allowed us to get out and run. It's kind of how we want to play. We want to be solid defensively so that we can get out and have some transition offense to mix in with our half-court game. So I think we accomplished that, and it was disruptive to Chicago.
Speaking of transition, we saw that transition play happen quite a bit in this game. It got some threes out of it, got some quick buckets and some obviously great defense that turned into some other quick buckets. But I'm curious, what was it like? How did you like seeing Tori get going in this game? You talked about her being a shooter. Hey, shoot the ball. Don't be afraid. Seeing her shoot the ball with no fear and playing a great game.
It's so nice to see Tori kind of settling in and playing well. The injuries have been disruptive, in an early career in which, just showed such promise. And so it's nice to see her. She's practiced well. I expected her to play well, and she did. She seemed confident. She seemed relaxed, as did Chelsey Mitchell. And, really to have 5 different players scoring double figures on the first night, that's a great effort. And it shows that we shared the basketball. We had 21 assists, double the number of assists that they had. So, we've asked everybody just to trust what we've worked hard on, play for each other, play hard, and just have some fun. I told them, we're not doing it right if they're not having some fun. So they seem to be relaxed and confident and just focused on what we have worked on. And, it was a good performance. I'm happy for our players because they earned a good night tonight.
Okay. And final question for me, you talked about a great performance. Chelsey Perry, rookie debut, even though it's preseason, seemed very comfortable and relaxed out there. Was extremely efficient no matter where she was on the floor. Can you talk about her performance and what you've seen translate from training camp to the game?
Yeah, Chelsey has been kind of a joy, in practice. She's kind of unflappable. She's just lighthearted and how you saw her play is how she's been practicing. So, for our players, they were all smiling and happy because that's the Chelsey they've seen each and every day. So, good for her in her debut to step up and have such a good game. I thought it took some of our others a little bit of time to get going, but Tiara really did a good job in the paint for a bit. And I thought Tiffany Mitchell, once she got settled in, really gave us some good play, some good defensive execution and some runouts. Just happy with how everybody played, really.
Thanks, Coach.
I see Nathan Addison in there. Nathan, anything for Marianne?
Yes, Coach, what was the mindset like, for you preparing for this opener in the preseason?
Well, like I said, we've worked hard on some things. I wanted our players to just trust what we've been working on and, don't get distracted by what the other team is doing. Don't get distracted by anything else. Just go play hard on the stuff that we've worked on. Don't try to invent something new on a game night. And for the most part, I think we were pretty good. You know, we were cognizant of not trying to show a whole lot in our first game. We just wanted to be very focused and get up and down the floor and play a lot of people. You know, I was happy that we were able to give minutes to virtually everybody. Everybody on the team played at least 12 minutes. That was by design. So, you know, it's still early on. We're not in top shape, neither is Chicago or anybody else for that matter. So, you know, we tried to spread the minutes around, and also because we've got a couple people hurt. Lauren Cox is out. Kaiser Gondrzik is out, and so is Aaliyah Wilson. So, you know, for us, it was a matter of making sure that we spread the minutes out, got everybody in to just get a first look at where we are and to kind of measure where we are at this stage of the season.
Sure. Hey, Tiff.
What's up?
Great game. I know it's
Thank you.
preseason, but I know it has to still feel good to be back out there. So how did you feel just being back out there, especially, you know, you're coming fresh off of an overseas season. So how did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like I picked up where I left off from being overseas. Literally, I got back a week ago. The week before that, I was just playing games. So I'm kind of still in that game mode and in game shape. So I think it helped me today.
Seemed like you guys were getting out in transition a lot. I know that's been a big talking point throughout the first 2 weeks of training camp. How did you feel in the sense of the defensive transition turning into offensive scoring for you guys?
Yeah, I think this being our first preseason game, you know, defense wasn't too bad. I think we have a little stuff to clean up, but I mean, that'll get better as we keep playing with each other. But that's just going to be our MO, like for the season, having our defense turn into offense and getting out and running.
Has it slowed down for you at all? I feel like watching you and Chelsey, it just seemed like everything was almost in slow motion for you guys in a way that I haven't seen before. Does it feel that way for you?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes with experience, knowing what type of players you're playing against in the league and the reads that you're going to get and how people are playing you. So after, you know, 4 or 5 years of people playing you a certain way, you kind of know when things are about to come. So you're able to, you know, adjust and handle it better.
Speaking of, you know, handling things, you got a lot of rookies, a lot of first timers out here. What were you seeing from out there, specifically from Chelsey Perry, who just, you know, was extremely efficient? I mean, just was watching her here like, okay, Chelsey.
Yeah, Chelsea's great. You know, she's shooting that thing, and we tell her like she's open, shoot the ball. So I'm just glad that she has the confidence already as a rookie. I know it's hard coming in as a rookie and trying to figure out where your place is, but I think, you know, she's a great learner. She's a great teammate already. So I'm just proud of her and excited to see her growth.
And final question, what was it like being back in front of the fans here at Bankers Life? Yeah, as you know, it's been a long time, haven't been here since September of 2019. So how did it feel to be back in front of fans?
I love it. I love the fan interaction, playing in front of people. Definitely missed it in the bubble because we could hear each other breathing. So I'm glad that we finally can hear, you know, other people on the court rather than ourselves.
Thanks, Tiff.
No problem.
Nathan, anything for Tiff?
Hey, Tiff, congrats on the preseason win. 16 points for you tonight. What seemed to click for you and also the other players with fives?
I mean, I just kind of played in my strength. I took what was open. I didn't try to force a lot. I kind of just try to play within the team, especially with this being our first game, just kind of play off each other. If I was open, I shot the ball. If I was able to create somebody else or myself, I did that. So I kind of just, you know, read the game and let it come to me.
Sure. Hey, Tori.
Hey, Abby.
Hey. Congrats on a great preseason win. You look great out there. Got going early with that first 3, and you never looked back. So how did you feel being back out there?
It felt great. It felt so good. I'm not even gonna lie. It was just good to be back out there with my teammates and just running up and down the court. I was really excited. I came in the locker room this morning giving everybody a hug.
I love it. I love it. And then for you, I guess, have things slowed down a little bit? I mean, you know, because I mean, in a certain sense, you are kind of a vet on this team. I know it doesn't always feel like it, but you kind of are. You've played overseas. You've gone through a couple different injuries. How are you feeling out there as far as the pace of the game, both when you guys are in the half-court setting and transition?
It's slow. I'm not saying the game is slow, but it slowed down a lot for me. I'm usually the person just coming down, catching the shooting. Now I'm bringing the ball down a little bit, coming off screens, getting to the rack. So everything just slowed down a lot for me, and I'm really confident right now, and I feel good. I feel really good.
One of the big things that this team wanted to improve on was defensive. You even spoke early on this week about how you have taken on that challenge of wanting to be a better defender. What challenges did you face out there, and where did you see where you guys can improve better?
Yeah, that has been a big focus, and it was focused for me for this game. And I feel like the challenges we had coming out on defense was just really the ball screens, just getting over or getting to the ice and just communicating on defense. So I feel like they can be a little better, but overall we played pretty good.
Talk to me about the rookie play, specifically Chelsey, who is extremely efficient on that floor, man, from everywhere on the floor.
Listen, I want her on my team. That's all I gotta say. I want her on my team.
Love it. And then final question for you. It's been a while since you guys have been here, and then it's even been longer for you because you unfortunately had to miss the 2019 season. So how was it being back on the court here at BLF in front of, the season ticket holders, our MVPs?
Like I said, it feels so great. I haven't been this excited in a long time, and just to be back here in Indiana on the court feels amazing. To see the fans, I hope we get more people in, but I'm so thankful they're here because the little crowd we did have, it kept us going. And I'm just happy.
Love it. Thanks, Tori.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Lauren.
LB. Nathan, anything for Tori?
Yeah, Tori, congrats on the win. For you personally, what has life been like for you outside of the court as it pertains to dealing with, COVID-19? How do you navigate through that, to try to just get back into rhythm now that you're back on the floor?
Well, after the bubble last year, I came home, had surgery, been in rehab since then. But in January, I went overseas in Spain. So I had already been playing basketball before I came to Indiana. So after the Spain season, I went home for 2 days, 2-3 days, and came straight to Indiana and started working out. So I really been focused on getting back and getting into game shape, getting back into WNBA shape because it's different from overseas. And I just been really working on everything because I know that I want to play and I want to be here. And I know my spot is not guaranteed, so I got to show everything I can do. Congrats
on a first win in the league. I know it's preseason and you had a great rookie debut again. I know it's preseason, but how are you feeling? You got your first game out the way.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I've technically got the physicality of the game, and just once my first shot went in, I was just comfortable and relaxed, and I had great teammates pushing me.
Speaking of that physicality, did you feel like you were getting some more welcome to the league moments in today's game?
Oh yeah, every day I learn something new, and just being in practice has pushed me and prepared me for the games, and I just still have a ways to go.
What was it about, like I said, you talked about getting comfortable, but even for you, what was it slowed down for you at all? Did you feel it was going, did you feel your heart beating a lot? Is it just more so slowing down for you? Just like you said, picking your spots and just playing your game, not forcing it?
Well, towards tip off, my heart started beating fast, but once I got in the game, it's just back to normal, just the normal flow of the game, listening to the coaches, running the plays, and just transitioning from practice to the game.
Nice. And then just talk to me about just kind of the flow so far. I mean, again, it's a lot of transitional defense going on here, a lot of transit that's creating some great transition offense. Are you loving this up-tempo pace so far?
Yeah, I'm loving it. The biggest thing is communicating with your teammates, just recognizing the speed of the game and reacting quick.
Thanks, Chelsey.
Thank you.
Nathan, anything for Chelsey?
Yeah, Chelsey. Hey, congrats on the win and welcome to Indiana. For
Thank you.
You were amazing tonight. Shooting from going 3 for 4 from the 3-point line. Were there any nervousness or was there any pressure on you tonight, or was it just a free flow type of feel for you, given that this was your first debut?
It was no pressure. Gentile basically was talking to me before the game and was like, just play your game and don't be nervous. And she kind of settled me down before the game, and everything just came natural.
Anything else for Chelsey, guys? No? Okay. Thank you, Chelsey, and thank you everybody for joining us.
All right. Thanks, y'all.